whatever. All right, so I'm finishing some stuff, so maybe I need to put a better respirator on. What's up, Chief Leaf? Chief Leaf is here. 3 likes already? That's very kind. They're probably all Chief. Chief has ways. Chief has ways of supporting the Izzo. Hey, internet son, how you doing? All right, let's see if anyone noticed the alcohol quiz. Nope. All right, since no one noticed the alcohol quiz in time, I'm going to delete this so that way no one can vote on it. And all right, cool. And missed calls. Who did I miss? Oh, spam. Potential spam. Ooh, one of them left a voicemail. Let's listen to it live just for kicks. I think I would have to. Let's turn off the Bluetooth. Hello, Rex Robinson. Great to have you here.
Hey, it's Jess again from National Tax
Jess
Advisory
again.
Services, LLC, at 831-204.
Blah, 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 blah. Just in case.
Our show, we have some good news about your hardship tax account, which
Aw,
will
I don't have such an
allow
account.
you to clear away any money owed for previous year's filing.
I don't know anything for
this
previous
amount
year's
is
filing.
now non-collectible given the new program. So
Ooh, the new
give us
program.
a ring back so we can get you scheduled and
Nope,
set up.
not
I'll
gonna
keep
happen.
the account open through the end of the week.
Oh,
And,
good.
Again, my number is 831.
Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I hope I didn't burst any eardrums with my exclamation. So let's go ahead and block this contact. I enjoy blocking numbers. Ooh, Shelly's here? Thank you for not gluing a mask to your face. That's crazy. Hi there, Shelly. Welcome in, Shelly. So let's block this caller. One of my great pleasures in life is blocking spam callers. Just get so much enjoyment from it. You know how they can change... Ooh, yeah, exactly. You know how they can change their number so it looks like it's someone calling from your area? One time they accidentally changed the number to my number, so my phone looked like it was calling me. So I'm like, yeah, there's a scan for you. All right. I wonder how long. I'll have to go look and see how long my blocked caller list is. I'm not going to do that right now. But let's talk about scams. All right. If someone needs money from you, they're going to ask you through official channels. If you get texts and you get emails that just seem sketchy, first of all, if you get an email, never click the link. If you want to double check, let's say you get something from Amazon, like, oh, your account is blocked because something happened, like, please click on this link and fix it. Don't do that. Like, go separately onto Amazon's account, check your account. That's an easy way to keep you from being scammed. Another thing you could do is if you're on the computer, you can hover your mouse over the email address that it's coming from, and a lot of times they'll disguise it in the email so it looks like it's coming from Amazon.com, and you put your mouse pointer over it, and it'll say like some crazy email like Chief Leaf, yo, give me money at hahaha.com. It'll say something crazy like that. Always. And I did enjoy that shit cinema therapy episode. I actually subscribed, see what kind of things are going on with their channel. Hey, I applaud his ingenuity. I don't applaud his research and whatever it felt to take Gorilla Glue off of his face. So I'm one person that is a little bit terrible about and I'm getting a lot better, especially now that we have a public forum here. I'm trying to be a little better about the safety stuff. No more fireballs in the shop. But Gorilla Glue, normally I wouldn't wear gloves. I just use the Gorilla Glue, whatever, and then I would deal with it. And sometimes it'll take up to a week to get the remnants of the Gorilla Glue off your hands. So I can only imagine. And what I'm discussing with Chief is it was a Phantom of the Opera review video. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Shelly, that it wasn't too bad. And Chief sent me a link to a Phantom of the Opera kind of breakdown video, and early in it, the guy had dressed up as the Phantom, and so he didn't want the string that would normally come with such a mask So he Gorilla Glued it to his face, and I can only imagine what that felt like coming off and how long it took to. Even in the comments for that, even in the comments for that video, I put a comment. I just said, "My God, Gorilla Glue?" question mark, and left it at that. But yeah, and if you have any, and unfortunately it hits our older ones. If you have any older ones in your life, like maybe go over, review with them ways that you avoid being scammed by things, because that's just horrible. That's just horrible when they actually get away with stuff. There was a very interesting video on a channel I follow called Jerry Rig Everything, and he actually so if you're in the YouTube at all, if you're following sites with mega subscriptions, if you post a comment, a lot of times lately you see a comment that has the same avatar picture as the person you're watching, and they'll be like, "You won a prize. Text me on Telegram to get the prize." So it's a scam. They say you won a prize. They just want you to pay for shipping, and then they tag you for $50 to $100. Oops, alarm. That was my alarm to remember to start this live stream, and I must have hit snooze instead of stop. Yeah, deal with the strap. That's just better. Or I believe it's called spirit glue. I think that's what like people in the theater industry use to stick stuff like that on. So like research that. Just do your research or wear a strap. It's so much easier. What was it talking about? Oh, but those people in the YouTube comments, and obviously Izzo's place is not big enough to have any of those kind of bots. But one of the YouTubers I follow, he connected with the guy, and at first was just pretending to be duped by him. But then actually he and the, at least according to the video, he and the scammer had kind of an honest conversation. And he gave the scammer some money, like a little small amount of money, in order to have the conversation. But the scammer apparently is from Ghana, early 20s. Him and his brothers do it because they have no other job prospects and they have no money. But so it's just really sad to like see both ends, like our older ones, and or poorer ones. Hey Lynette, I'm glad you're able to be here. I'm glad I'm not posting this so late. But yeah, these people who are in tough straits themselves are scamming other people that are probably in tough straits out of their money. It's just a horrible system we live in. Unfortunately, we're in the worst timeline. But yeah, so definitely protect your loved ones. If you have any older ones or not tech savvy people in your life, maybe take them aside sometime and help them to avoid scammers. That is just a kind thing that you can do. All right, so I went on a huge scammer tangent. So I am actually thinking, instead of one of the alcohols, we are going to do an IPA. So this is a Kirkland brand, and actually the fellow that I follow, Pete Carney, I read the brewery that this is from. So it's an IPA, and see, this is different than the last time I read it. So this is from San Jose, California. So the last time on one of his live streams, I read where the brewery was from, and it was like Mike's Brewing, or a real simple name like that. But Pete actually knew the brewery, and I the Kirkland IPA has kind of become our house beer. You know, it's cheap and it's good, and there you go. And I mean, it's in a Guinness glass, so that's probably sacrilege of some sort. But those are the two glasses I have here at the shop right now. There you go. Hey, we all need someone like that in our life. Castle Church Brewery. Where is that? Is that close to you, Chief? I have not heard of that personally. Okay, so Monday planning sesh. Obviously, ta-da, I am not in Columbus, so you can tell how well the weekend went. So it's just the usual stuff. There's, just we're all living our lives, and distractions show up. So I'm not as far as I wanted. So I'll be putting clear coat. Everything's stained at least, and I'm about, I would guess I'm a third to a quarter of the way through the clear coat. So I'm only doing 2 coats on this. If anything needs a 3rd coat, we'll do it on site. So I'm going to, basically what I'm going to do is by the time I get through everything, 1 coat of everything, the stuff that I started with will be dry enough that I can go ahead and immediately put the 2nd coat on. So I'm going to get through everything 1 coat. I'm going to see what time it is. And 1 of 2 things will happen. Depending on what time it is, either I'll go home and sleep for 3 or 4 hours, which... so an interesting thing I've noticed is I can push a little bit. So my energy and my concentration, I feel, were connected. And I can push through, and it's not quite the same as my old energy levels, but I can keep working. But the concentration factor, even when I'm rested, is so far down. So like I'm kind of inefficient. I walk back and forth a lot, looking for tools, looking for what I set down. So there's a little bit of that. So I'm just telling you guys that. That's like, some of the effects of COVID, possibly aggravated by the way I used to work and live my life. That would be that would be wonderful. I'm such a nerd. Yeah, I had to put the Back to the Future soundtrack to that little video. So I'm gonna see where I'm at after 1 coat. If it's not that late and I feel good, I'll immediately start in on the 2nd coat. I'll probably give things just a real quick kiss with a piece of sandpaper and then pop that 2nd coat on. If it's late, then I'm gonna go sleep for about 4 hours. So and feel free to yell at me. It's fine. I know I'm hurting myself a little bit, but if I get through this, there's some rest in my future. So I've slept 6 3/4 hours in the last 3 nights. I don't have a headache. Last night coming home, it's good that it was late and there wasn't a lot of traffic. I know, it's not fair, Lynette. It's not fair. So coming home last night for the 2nd time ever, like they always say, like, if you're not rested, that it's kind of similar to driving intoxicated, and that's no good. Yeah, it's horrible. So last night I did feel some of those effects. I'm like, you know what? If this was rush hour, I might feel the need to, pull over or, stop, go somewhere. But, it was late enough. There was no one else on the freeways that late at night. And so I made it home with no issues. But yeah, I was. So that's, like I said, that's the 2nd time I've ever felt that. Because, like, in the past, I would have said, like, no sleep, whatever. I'm, I can drive better than a drunk person, but now I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's like, well, it doesn't help that my van is like, I can like almost do this, and the van was still going straight down the highway. The action on the steering wheel is a little loose. Not dangerous, like it's gonna fall off, but I always have my hands on the wheel. There's no cruising, let go for a second to grab something else or try to eat some food while you're driving. Can't do that anymore with the way the van is. But yeah, so I felt it. But so like I said, I'll get 1 coat done. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how late it is. I'll either start the 2nd coat immediately if it's not too late. If it's late, I'm gonna go home, sleep 4 or 5 hours, come back and do the 2nd coat. If I can get to Columbus sometime tomorrow afternoon, I'll be pretty happy with that. So in 2 of the 3 locations where they've done these stores, that sounds like a song. And if it's not a song, it should be a song. So 2 of the 3 of these leather goods stores have been in areas, the kind of little shopping center where there's businesses and residents like mixed in. So there might be retail on the bottom, there might be offices up above, or it might be an apartment. So so the first one I did, Pinecrest. There were a lot of times where I was doing like a 3rd shift. Some of the time because there was enough people working during the day that it was just annoying to work around other people. And sometimes because of my schedule, because I'm not great with making and sticking to a plan. So there were times I was working 3rd shift there, and even though there were apartments above me, It was a newer area, and I think they insulated the buildings really well. Because I was in the back hallway behind the store, cutting with a table saw, cutting with a chop saw. Never had one complaint from anyone. Um, then the second one was in Crocker Park. So the first one was in Pinecrest, which is about 15 minutes away. Second one was in Crocker Park, about 40 minutes away. And that one, they were sticklers for their time. If now it never happened to me, but I'd heard horror stories from the other trades that were there. If you start before 8 or if you work after 8, you're gonna get some stern talking to by the local security, the local management. So with that one, I actually had to play ball and work normal hours. There were a couple of nights where I would work late, but only if there was like no cutting involved. Like if I could do it with just a drill, regular drill, then I was working late a couple of nights. But for the most part, had to just do that during normal working hours. Well, it depends. I feel like so at the Crocker Park, I could hear it whenever they use the sink or the toilet. I could hear the water flowing. So that told me that either they didn't care to insulate so that way the retail people didn't have to hear the water rushing down the plumbing, or the insulation wasn't good both ways and that they might be able to hear me while I'm working. So I just didn't take a chance at Crocker Park. And then the third one was in Lexington, Kentucky, and there was no office or retail near us. So actually, me and Izzo's wife, we worked pretty late. And one night, because we had some weird delays with that, the company that made the doors screwed up something, and the doors were a week late. So instead of coming to the shop where I could stay in and finish them here, we actually had to take delivery on site, and then we had to stay in and finish them on site. So. I tried to do the bulk of it, but Izzo's wife is very good at staining and finishing, so she was helping me more with that job. She did most of it, and so yeah, we were working, and I couldn't really work while she was staining and finishing, so I actually slept in a chair while she stained and finished. She finished up those doors like 2 a.m, and I took her to the B&B, and I didn't want to leave her there alone at the store. So, I just slept in a chair, and she had the door open because, with the fumes of the lacquer, that'll hurt you. So she had the door open, so it wasn't the warmest. I mean, it was October, it wasn't warm at night. So I was huddled in my hoodie in the chair. I put something on me. It might have been a drop cloth. I think I pulled a drop cloth on me, and so I was just sleeping in a chair. She woke me up when she was done. I took her to the Airbnb, and the stuff has to dry too, so I think I slept for 2 hours and then headed back to the store to keep working. So, just doing some crazy things. Eventually, 45. Eventually, I'll get this mess figured out. By the time I'm 90. But as long as I'm having fun, it doesn't bother me. We do make a great team, Chief. It's kind of fun. So another interesting aspect of our relationship is Izzo's wife worries for both of us, because I'll get stress and I'll feel stress, but it doesn't stick. It's like water off a duck's back. So the poor girl worries for both of us, and I'll worry briefly. I'll worry for like 10 minutes, and then I'm done, and it's just like, okay, let's just do this. Let's keep going. Or Raul and Christine. There's so many interesting things about that story, and I need to go back and watch the original, or not watch, read the original book, the Phantom of the Opera book, because that was a neat read. Where was it going? I am babbling at this point, telling stories. So as long as I get there tomorrow afternoon sometime, I can't check into the hotel room until, there's a fun story. So I booked through Expedia.com. It was fine. And I booked it in such a way. I know. Maybe as you get older, you'll like Raoul a little bit. Well, it depends. If you start psychoanalyzing stuff, the Phantom is not a healthy person, the poor guy. And it's not entirely his fault. Like, people saw the way his face looked and treated him like a monster, so he became a monster. But, that's some neat stuff there. Like, you can go deep with that story, Chief. It's fun. And yes, Gerard Butler's terrible at singing. But what were we talking about? Something they get there by tomorrow afternoon. Story with the hotel. That's right. Um, so originally, I was supposed to check in tonight. We were going to do a hotel tour, and so I called him today because I was having trouble changing it within the app. So I just called him, and I had up until 35 minutes ago that I could have canceled it for free, and it's canceled at this point. But I couldn't change it in the app. Wanted to change it where I check in tomorrow, so I called the front desk. Very nice woman named Rhonda, and I actually might even leave a review for them because she was an excellent customer service representative. Even though I'm not staying on I know, right? And I have thoughts on that. I'll talk about that in a second, though. The book's pretty fascinating. I don't read anything anymore. I always just audiobook stuff. So I'll see if there's a good audiobook version. Um, so I call and the woman's like, "Okay, I can help you with that." She's like, "I can't change your booking, but we have a room available. I can change you to a different booking. You can cancel that." I'm like, "Oh, okay, good." She's like, "Before we go through with anything, I have to let you know that at the moment we don't have consistent hot water at the hotel." So they've got some sort of mixing valve that's bad, and it works sometimes and it doesn't work sometimes, and they're waiting on a part, like whatever company maintains the plumbing at their hotel. They're waiting on a part. Yay, supply chain issues. Aren't we all dealing with that? Um, so she's like, "So if you don't want to stay here, I completely understand." And I'm like, "Rhonda, thank you for being honest." I said, "Hopefully, I'll get more work in the area. If I do, I will call you guys first and see if you have hot water. Otherwise, yeah, I will cancel and go somewhere else." So I got a different hotel. I think it might be closer to, but it's also more expensive. So I'm paying the same amount for 3 nights as I am for originally what I was going to pay for 4. But I think the hotel might be a little bit nicer. It's probably got a little bit nicer reviews on the hotel. But yeah, that first one though, Rhonda was very nice, and oh yeah, that would make you sad. What's your cat's name, Chief? And do you just have the one? I see your pictures on Catterday. I can't remember what your. Oh, it's Winnie. Never mind. You don't have to tell me. I remember. But yeah, that's distressing if you don't have cat food for your cat. But yeah. So the first hotel that I got a deal on, um, yep, no hot water. And you know what? Honestly, if it was just me, I would just do it. The Ruin is in the house. Welcome, Ruin. And if it was just me and some cold water, who cares? I'll take the chance. I'll play the hot water roulette. But but I'm not gonna bring Izzo's wife down there on the chance that there's cold water. So we're staying in a slightly more expensive place. It might technically be closer to the job site, which is cool. I did look into one that is like a 2-minute walk from the job site, but they did not have any rooms, and they did not have any rooms, and it was a little bit more pricey. Like the one I did is in between the expensive one and the cheap one, so that's where I like to live anyway, right in the middle. All right, so the plan for the week. The plan originally for the week is I should be in Columbus already. That did not happen. So gonna get stuff finished in such a way that by tomorrow, that I'm really hoping, to be on the road by noon. If I can be in Columbus at noon, that's even better. But on the road by noon is what I want. If I did that, oh, excellent, good. If I do that, I feel comfortable with what I got to do. So Tuesday, we'll check in at 4. I want to get some of the prep work started. So Tuesday, unless I get there really early, which is not in the cards at the moment, I can't really park out front. I can, but security's probably going to come get me. So if I park out front and start unloading plywood, they're going to come yell at me. So I'll park in the back. It's a little bit of a walk, but not that bad. So I'll probably unload my tools and some framing material. And Tuesday, all I'm hoping for, especially starting late like this, is to get like all my blocking in. So it's a bunch of shelving. We're gonna wrap it in oak so it looks more like the kind of look that they have in their other stores. And so I'm going to be putting in blocking. If I just get blocking done on Tuesday, I'm happy. And honestly, um, I was hoping to make Tuesday like a nice get there, get things organized, put in the blocking. Actually, blocking is all I wanted to do on Tuesday originally anyway. So even if I got to work like a little bit later, I still want to have Tuesday just be blocking and maybe unload everything into the space. I'm the only one there, me and Izzo's wife, and it's not. It's probably not as exciting as it sounds. Blocking is it like yeah. Blocking sounds fun, but I'm basically going to be screwing blocks to the wall that I can shoot oak to later. Um, so Tuesday, if I could get blocking in and unloaded, awesome. Even if I got to work till like 9 and 10, and then I think, what are the hours? So if I'm there before 10, which is not that early, if I'm there before 10, I want to say it's like 10 to 9. Like 10 to 9, they don't want me out front. But if I'm there before 10 or after 9, I can park out front. I don't know if the meter there is free or if it's just broken, but I could not like do a charge card on the meter in front of their store. So I don't know if it's broken or if it's free. But I can park there and I can unload as long as I'm not there during the normal working hours that they've decided are normal for that place. So I can do some blocking during the day, and then at 9 or 10 o'clock, whatever that cutoff is, I'll verify that. Park out front and just offload plywood into the store. Boom, boom, boom. Get it on some horses. Wednesday. So if I do that Wednesday, the blocking's up. I'll start putting plywood up. I've measured it. I've cut it close. Nothing's perfect. I'm not perfect. Hopefully, some of them will just go up and be up. But I'll have the table saw with me so I can cut things to the width. Wednesday, I want to get like all the plywood up, and so I'm going to be putting black melamine inside the existing shelves. Going to be putting oak plywood on the face of the shelves. If I can get the majority of that done on Wednesday, and I might even work like a mega long day. If I can get all the black melamine and the oak up, that would be an incredible Wednesday. And then that gives me Thursday and Friday for trimming everything out. So anything that's solid wood, cutting, mitering, doing all that. Eventually got to hang the drawer fronts and the doors. So because I'm starting a little bit late, I'm guessing I'll be working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm guessing I'll be working. I'll work at least 6 hours in the field on Tuesday, and I'll probably work 12-hour days Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is fine. And then in the voting, you guys want me to be safe. You want me to drive home for the Friday recap. So the Friday recap's going to be probably pretty late. So sorry for those of you that go to bed early. You'll have to catch it on the replay. But we will have some sort of. That's the cool part. Okay, yeah. So I started the story. So the other places, the first one, there were residences connected, but they were insulated well enough. I worked through the night a couple times, and Crocker Park, they had requirements and residences there, so I couldn't work late. Lexington, no residences, no offices. I could work whenever I want. So this place, I can work whenever I want because the only you got it, Lynette. I will do that. The only way they'll stop me working is if I'm extremely loud or like with the finishes, extremely loud or extremely smelly during the day when the people are occupying the offices, the businesses. If they complain, then I gotta work second and or third shift. So that's really the only requirements there. And I'll be honest with you, if I could figure out a way to convert myself to third shift, I actually love third shift. No one's calling, everyone's asleep. I'm just doing my work. I don't know. I'm attracted by third shift work, but working with customers, especially in people's homes, that doesn't quite work. So, but it is a nice option. And I even told the management guy that I got to meet last Tuesday. I told him, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I said, all my stuff's electric. I'm not like cranking into like drilling holes in concrete and cutting crazy metal beams or anything. I said more than likely they're not even going to notice me during the day. But I said But I told him, I'm like, yeah, if anyone complains, I don't care. I'll work third shift. It'll be my pleasure. Yeah, I can imagine you had to work a 12-hour day during Thanksgiving weekend. Black Friday! Oh man, Chief is going to be on it. If anyone complains about me, he is just going to hit them up with so many fake accounts and bad reviews for their companies. It'll be great. The world better hope I never unleash Chief Leaf on someone. So yeah, so Thursday and Friday then, probably putting up moldings, crown moldings, trim moldings, things to cover up the edges of the plywood to make them look good. So I know that there will be things that I won't finish. I didn't get a chance to make the mirror frame, so I gotta make a mirror frame. That's included in my quote. So you'll see eventually when I release the video. There's a mirror there, round. It's on a door, so there's a big mirror. It's got like rounded edges and a black metal edging all around it, and it's on a hinge. So there's storage behind it. It's a neat thing. The mirror's a little modern looking, so of course I'm going to cover it in an oak frame to look like the rest of the job. The mirror frame will not be done. I know I'll be going down for that. I am. So, and then there's some other things I'm going to build, like some extra stuff that's not going to be ready right away. I need to make them the cash wrap, like where the cash register, cash register these days is basically like those tiny computers where you take people's credit cards, like no traditional cash registers anymore. But the cash wrap, I'm going to make that. I got to work out a deal with that. There was something else. What else was there? They got some furniture, like some luxury furniture at like cheaper prices. They got a source for some good stuff, but they didn't like the base. Like, so there's big marble countertops, round countertops. They didn't really like the bases. They don't look like their look that they're going for. So I'm also going to make a couple of bases for those marble slabs. So that stuff. So the mirror frame, the cash wrap, the marble slabs. I'll get it ready, and either they'll take it down when they ship stuff, or I might make one trip down and go ahead and install those. Well, yeah, basically I will have to go down at least one more day, a couple weeks from now, and install some stuff, including that mirror, which doesn't bother me. It's only 2.5 hours away, so it's not a big deal. And like depending on what I got to do that second trip, it'll probably just be a day trip. I probably won't even get a hotel or anything. But that's what we're looking at this week. Okay, time lapse. That's right. So I'm gonna set up my iPad. I'm gonna plug it in on a tripod, and I'm gonna time lapse the entire thing while I'm working there. And then I also, just for fun, last night I thought of this, partially because of Stephen Noon and his Tron video, but I actually bought a chest holder and I bought a head holder for the phone. And I don't know if I'm going to time lapse that or if I'm just going to get some like point of view shots of me working, but we're going to incorporate some of that into the video as well. So I probably don't have the time, patience, or I'm addicted to my phone, so I'm going to want to keep checking my phone during the day. But I'm totally going to get some shots either from the chest or from the head for some point of view to add into that time lapse. So, watch some of the time lapse and then have a close up point of view of me working on one of the shelves, that kind of deal. I'm live streaming when I go down to DAC, and I don't officially have a hotel room. I officially don't have a hotel room booked yet, but by the end of the day I should have a hotel room booked. So there are going to be some Disney live streams in April. And that should be fun. And I know I might see some of the people in this chat down there. I don't remember exactly who's going. I got to add my name to the spreadsheet for that. But that's near the end of April. What else? Okay, so that's the week. So I'm trying, if I have to extend my stay and stay Saturday, I will, but I'm trying not to, because while I'm finishing up this job, I've got a kitchen that's going to start, and I've got, cool, yeah, we'll make sure your presence is felt, Chief, somehow. So I've got a kitchen I'm starting, and I've got another another small job, a fireplace wrap, and a pantry, and I already did the closet. What else is going on at that house? That's it. So I'm doing a fancy walk-in pantry, and oh, awesome, good. Yeah, I can't wait to meet Lynette. And doing a pantry, and I'm doing a fireplace. They want it in shiplap, so I'm taking off the mantle that's there. I'm gonna cover that entire wall that the fireplace is on in shiplap. It'll be painted like a green gray color, and then I'm gonna make another one of those distressed custom mat. Actually, I gotta check and make sure they want it distressed. But I'm gonna make another like big blocky mantle to go over top of that. So I'm kind of doing all that at the same time. So there's a possibility, unless the Columbus job goes south, which you know me. So if I can manage to come home Friday night like I want, then Saturday, and I gotta actually after this maybe I'll call that customer. Saturday we might start the tear out. Saturday the 18th. We might start tearing out her cabinets, because her cabinets. Sometimes I make the cabinets myself, but I do have several suppliers I can buy cabinets from, and one of them is they can. It's almost custom cabinetry. I can order it basically any size I want. Like it's not quite as custom as what I would build personally, but it's very nice still. So for both of those jobs, the walk-in pantry and the kitchen, those are coming in next Thursday or Friday, because word trucking is stupid and they never call me ahead of time, even though every order I write in there, call ahead. They never do. So Thursday or Friday, depending on my fight with word trucking, I'll have those cabinets. So we're kind of be finished. So I need to get fount to 95% by Friday, and I think that's doable. Even despite not having stuff quite finished yet, I think I'll get them to 95% by Friday. I'm gonna set Chief on everyone. It's gonna be good. So yeah, so we'll roll it. So hopefully by the end of Friday, hopefully I'm driving home, no matter how late it is, and everything but the mirror that I didn't put together yet, and the cash wrap, and the bases for the tables. Hopefully all that's done by Friday. That's my goal. We'll see how I do. So possibly I'll talk to that customer. I'll see if she's even ready. She might not be ready. Maybe we do it on the 25th instead. But we're gonna start tearing out a kitchen after that. So that's where we're at right now. But I still got beer, so we'll hang out for a little bit more. Any questions? Feel free to shoot some questions. I know Shelly likes the time-lapse videos. Do I have any other time-lapses ready? I don't know, but yeah, this next store that I'm working on the rest of the week, that'll definitely be a time-lapse video. Cherry Coke, nice. Oh, so if you've been following the baby bourbon barrel updates, I was very gratified. Today I had my shop drinking buddy was in here, and I don't know if he's in the chat. I haven't seen his name yet. But I had my shop drinking buddy in here, and I let him taste both of the whiskeys, or the whiskey and the bourbon that I put in that barrel. And so and I tried it again for the final time, because I had saved just a little bit, not in the barrel. So the Castle and Key, so here's one of them. So the Castle and Key, even though I kind of was dogging this, it's not bad. And the way he put it is, he might, he's going to go check the price point, because I can't remember what I paid for this. But his thought is that would be a nice whiskey to have around when your buds come over, to keep them from drinking all of your good bourbon. So, and I kind of agree. It's a young rye whiskey, but it hits enough flavors, or maybe it's lack of a distinct flavor, so it's kind of good for everyone. So it's a little hot with the rye, but he's not wrong. That would be like a good one just to have around. Your friends come over, you don't want to like give them your Eagle Rare, your Blantons, and something to have around so they don't drink all your expensive bourbon that quickly. You want to share your bourbons with your friends. You just don't want them to drink all your expensive stuff, like, in one party. So that's what he decided about that. And then he helped me. So the other one, oh, this is the wrong bottle. So the other one, and I'll have to try some of their other bourbons and whiskeys. So this one, the Watershed, and you might be able to see that I wrote poop over it because that's how I feel about it. But so I'll have to try. I don't want to just write off the whole distillery. I'm going to try some of their other stuff, but it's very interesting. So this was finished in apple brandy barrels, and what we decided together is the taste that I don't like is rotten apple. Like somehow we're both getting a rotten apple taste, and that's what we don't like about that. So it was very interesting. So we did very small tastings of those because most of that has been poured into this barrel, hopefully to be aged to something that tastes good. But what we noticed, so we drank both of those a little bit, and then because the water poop was so bad, we decided we'd do like another little right exactly. We decided we'd do another taste of something else. So I've got a Maker's Mark 101 that he had never tried, and if you like Maker's Mark 101 is a higher proof, and it's basically like a more intense version. So it's very good. I enjoy it, and so without thinking, I poured the Maker's Mark into our glasses without rinsing them, and I grabbed it, and we both smelled it, and we're like, okay, it's all we smell is rotten apple. So I actually poured both of those servings of the Maker's Mark into the barrel because they've been ruined by the Watershed. Like it ruined the Maker's Mark. So then we rinsed our glasses, we sipped the Maker's Mark. We both agreed that was good. But it's crazy. So now I'm just worried. I didn't spend a lot on the barrel. I think the barrel was $50. So I've wasted $50 before, no problem. But now I'm worried that despite putting it in this barrel to draw the oak flavors out of this barrel, I'm worried that the Watershed will always taste like rotten apple. So we're gonna keep going, and actually, he's gonna try to make a video. So I'm in Columbus this week, so my barrel will be here. So my Yep, there you go. Well, yeah, it's all relative, Chief. They do make smaller ones if you need. That's a 3 liter. I think they make 1s and 2s, and I just went to Amazon. Actually, Amazon for this brand was cheaper than their website. I think Redhead is the brand of the barrel, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be real disappointing if we get to 80 days and I can still taste that rotten apple of the Watershed. Oh, okay. So, like every Wednesday, I've been doing a bourbon barrel update, baby bourbon barrel. It's just fun to say that, baby bourbon barrel. And so my shop drinking buddy has said that he's willing to come and video himself tasting it. So he's gonna make a video. He'll send it to me. I'll edit it. I'll let him approve it, and then I'll pop it up onto YouTube. So even though I won't be here for the update, we'll still have an update. And he's slightly excited to try it anyway. I tempted him to see if he wanted to try it today. He said he'd wait for Wednesday. So at Wednesday, basically each week that it ages in this little barrel is equivalent to a month in a big barrel. So we're gonna let this. We'll see where we're at 80 days, and we'll make a decision about the barrel. But we're gonna try it each week anyway, just for kicks. I know Lynette, Shelley, and Chief are here. I know the Ruin's here. If anyone else is here, please feel free to type into the chat if you're capable. Let us know you're here. So that's the plan for the week. That's the plan for the bourbon barrel. Oh, plan for the week. No matter how late I work on Wednesday, at dinner time, I'll stop. I'll eat dinner, and I will do the hotel tour. I'll take you around whatever hotel. I think it's in a Hilton extended stay. I'll double check that. We'll give you a hotel tour just for fun, and also just to hang out. So around dinner time, what's good for everyone? Do you like maybe 7:30? Should we do 7:30? Why not? I don't have a fedora. I've got an Indiana Jones hat. That's kind of fun. I've got I call it my Jurassic Park hat. I've got that too. No plans for me. That'll be Friday driving home. No plans for me. I don't do St. Patrick's Day too much. Maybe I'll mix some blue curacao into a bourbon and have a green drink for you. But really, I don't do the St. Patty's Day. I do, however, I love Irish music. So because of the celebration that day, there's a local college channel. Oh, and I probably, well, I can listen to them online even if I'm in Columbus. But there's a local college channel, John Carroll, and they'll play 18 hours of Irish music, and I just love that. And of course, by the time I've listened to Irish music for 18 hours, I don't need to listen to it for another year. So, one fella, eventually we are going to do interviews on this channel with some of our local contractors and handyman and craftsmen. My one buddy, Danny Malloy, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care if I say his name online. If not, we'll give him an internet nickname. But he used to play at local bars and stuff, doing the acoustic folk Irish music. He hasn't done that in a long time. I should talk him being back into it again. I forgot. Yeah, that'll be 17th. That'll be Friday. I just focus so much on work, like you guys aren't gonna believe this. Oh yeah, so you have to. That's awesome. Today's my birthday, but don't really do anything for my birthday. It's just another day for me. So I was over my mom's house today, putting up a handrail because the back stairs needed a handrail. They've been off for a little while, and that was partially my fault. So I put some hand railings up. But thank you, Chief. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm 45 today. I'm just not that kind of guy. Just live each life fun. I don't care about celebrations. Plus, getting older is a bummer. It is March 13th. That is my birthday. Born in 78. I don't know. 45 is a good number. I don't mind 45. And plus, I'm still mid-40s. Like, maybe 46 next year will be a little tougher to swallow. But really, it's just a number. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Another day alive on the planet. Another year alive on the planet. That's what I meant to say. Oh. What else is fun? Any other questions? Oh, so I don't know how many people see the polls and silly stuff. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah, 42. So you're the. Thanks, Lynette. I appreciate that. So 42. So you this year, like Izzo's wife, are the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Okay, so you got the Aspie. You probably have told me before. That sounds familiar, but you know what? But I'm a fan of. Yeah, awesome. Well, see, it depends on how I feel. Like, actually, even though I haven't slept a lot in the last 3 days, right now I feel really good. And it's not just the beer talking. I was actually thinking as I was like working on stuff, I'm like, man, for how little I've slept, I actually feel good. If there was some like concentration going on here, I'd feel like old Chris for a bit. So depending on how my body feels, my brain will feel anywhere between 16 and 90 years old. But in general, my brain floats around like late teens, early 20s. Like, my body doesn't agree, but the brain thinks that that's where I'm at. That's kind of fun. I was chatting in Pete's Discord today. I do need to start running. And I don't know if I'll even try to sign up for like the virtual runs, it just blows my mind that you would have to. Well, I guess you're paying for the medal, so it just blows my mind. There you go. So you're actually. So I'm one of 5, and my youngest brother is your age. My youngest brother is 23 years younger than me. So I don't have to be your internet dad. I could be your internet big brother too. But yeah, I'm 45. The next one down's 43. The next one after that is I'm 45. So the next one after that is 34. And then there's a 24-year-old, and then there's a 22-year-old. So we are all spread out. And a lot of people ask, after I talk about that, they ask, same father? Yeah, same father. Same old man. We're just all spread out. And it's like 2 of us are 2 years apart, 2 of us are 2 years apart, and then there's one weirdo in the middle. So it's almost like 3 sets of kids, oddly enough. I love them all. They're Nice. Are you a throwback, Chief? And yeah, I relatively get along well with my siblings. One of three, nice. Yeah, shout out what siblings. Sometimes I'll call myself one of five, almost like a Borg. 7 of 9. I'm one of 5. Ah, nice. Well, and that's funny, and I guess it just depends on how early you get started. Oh, 7:05. I probably got to close this down in the next 5 minutes. I have things I have to do. Um, well, and I have finishing to do, but I have an errand I have to run. I have to take a break and run an errand. So I'll close this down in the next 5 minutes or so. And but yeah, I guess it depends on how you get started. Yeah, Chief could definitely be my boy. Um, which is just a scary, scary thought. So scary. That'll be fun to meet Chief someday. I'm sure we'll end up at a Disney park together at some point, Chief. That'll be nice to meet a bunch of you crew members in April. Cardi crew. What else? I'll be staying at Pop Century, so I'll have access to the Skyliner. Ooh, and I'll have to, if I show you, I'll have to cover up the numbers, because, you know, I don't want to be totally scammed off the internet. But I have to show you. I did get a Chase checking account, and because I wanted the some of the benefits for having the Chase account. But of course, I did a Darth Vader for my debit card. So I should be able to get some. Oh, cool! There you go. So I might be able to get some benefits from having the Disney debit card. So I don't have the Chase Visa. I am kind of sort of rebuilding my credit a little bit, and I'm a little bit stingy about what I apply for. But a debit card, why not? So I've got, and you don't want all your business in one bank. So I use Huntington. I love Huntington. A good friend is my personal banker. But it never hurts to have a relationship with another bank. So, if anything ever goes sideways, I've already got a relationship. I could easily transfer my business over to Chase if I had to. And in the meantime, I got that. So that's now my travel and entertainment account. So, I'm not running my Taco Bell through there, but like these bigger trips that I write off, those are going to go through that account now. And hopefully I'll get a little bit of... That would be great. That would be great, Chief. Oh, and so I had started a thought earlier. You know me, can't keep a thought going for more than a few seconds. But Izzo's wife today revealed to me that she will be willing to do a face reveal the moment I get a check from YouTube. So I expected her to either say 100,000 subs, million subs, or nope. That's the 3 responses I expected. So I can monetize it. It's like 1,000 subs and some other requirements. So if this thing actually went that far, if I ever can monetize, then she'll come on. She'll come on as a face reveal. I asked if she was going to be scowly and grumpy. And Chief, you can't steal that name. I already made an account for her. But she says she's not going to sub to me until I have 999 subs. She wants to be the 1,000th sub. So we'll try to time that well. And I don't care if I ever get there. I am just here to have fun. If you guys are enjoying it, God bless you and thank you for being here. And I appreciate all of you, especially you people early here in my YouTube infancy. Cool. Well, and who knows, if I end up doing some work at Lynette's house, maybe I'll get to meet her sooner. I will tempt you with hiring me to do something. What else? So t-shirts arrived today. And a very kind man named Bill has offered to do my merch. But I had already started ordering some stuff from just random websites. So I got a little bit of merch coming, but it's just for that giveaway. So down the road, a couple more 100 subs, and we'll start doing some merch. And a very, very nice man named Bill reached out. So I just got to look through the website he sent me and be able to pick out merch from him. But eventually I'll do that. But we're not there yet. I was just thanking everyone for getting me to 100 subs. So it's fine. I'm down with whatever. You can bring a little chloroform and some rags. It'll be good. I'll have to check. There was another crew member that was. He probably put it in the Discord as a joke, like seeing if he could crash. But I'll have an empty room by myself. You on your way? Oops! I should probably go. Because yeah, I'm probably gonna be late for my thing. That's cool. Yeah, I am very up to. Okay, sorry. I'm very up to traveling and stuff. So, um, I know that at times I don't quite estimate things right. I know I'm probably a little cheaper than I should be. So my suggestion is take advantage of it and try to hire me within the next year before I wise up. Not opposed to traveling, and and depending on the situation, if you have a way that I can stay in a guest room or something, I wouldn't be opposed to even staying at your house and working on your project. Save you the cost of a hotel. We'll figure it out. But if you really want, well, and the minimum would also be like if you need me to just come and help you design your job, like if you have good quality local contractors, but if you want just, I'd like to, without tooting my home, without like sounding like I got a big ego, I'm very good about figuring out if you've got an idea of what you like, but your space isn't the same. Like you see a picture you like online, but it's not the same as your space. I'm very good about taking something you like and engineering it so it fits in your space. That's probably like one of my strengths. Um, I've seen decorators and designers come in and like almost try to force their way on people. Like, oh, this is my design. This is my idea. You have to do it this way. I'm not about that. What I want to do is I want to collaborate with you. I want to take what ideas you like and make it work in your space. That's what I'm about. So even if like you can't afford to fly me out and work on your house, um, like have me out for a day and we'll design your space together. Like if you got someone locally you can trust that can do the work, yeah, I'll help you design it. It'll be sweet. And so even if I don't do the work, I'd be willing to do that for people. So feel free to email me, heyizu@yahoo.com, and we'll get something set up. I should probably speak slower when I'm talking about the email address, heyizzo@yahoo.com. HEYIZZO@yahoo.com. But yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Even if we have to do it remotely, send me your pictures, send me measurements, and then I'll figure it out. Cool. I'll have to look up pictures of that. Nice. There you go. Um, well, and that's neat, Shelly. I should probably. I don't think I. I think on a live stream I might have toured my little tiny kitchen, but our kitchen's so small, so we had to pack it out with space saving features all over the place. So even that's kind of like again a speciality. Trying to make things as creative looking as possible, but still useful. Like I hate wasted space. Wasted space is annoying. So if we can make something work for a small space, I get excited by that kind of stuff. That stuff's fun. My friends, I gotta get going. But it's been wonderful hanging out with you. I hope the plan for Columbus goes well. We'll give you an update on Wednesday. We'll do a little hotel tour and update. And then sometime on Friday, it might be later at night, but we'll recap the week and see how it went. But thank you so much for hanging out. No big videos coming out. I'll try to change that though. I'll try to figure out a good big video to put out, and maybe I'll even rehash some older videos from my other two channels. So you're going to be stuck with some singing and some cello playing and some cooking and whatever random nonsense I decide to put in there. But thanks for hanging out tonight, and I'll see you next time on Izzo's Place. At Izzo's Place, not on Izzo's Place.